And how's everybody doing tonight? Okay, all four of you. How's everybody doing tonight? Eso merece un trago. I'm Orlando Marquez. I'm the chairman of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee. This is my vice chair, Ms. Elia Perea de la O. And we'd like to thank you for joining us tonight as we celebrate amazing community leaders here in the state of New Mexico. So a little bit about what these awards are. The Corazon de Cultura Awards are a culmination and a closing of Hispanic Heritage Month. For decades, the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee has been committed to promoting, preserving, and celebrating all things Hispanic and Latino culture and history. And as a tribute to amazing people that are doing the work every day, we created these awards for you. These awards are solicited from the public, by the people, for the people. And it's important to notice that because it's not a popularity contest. We get nominations from all over. We have a subcommittee that gathers all of the nominees, and we have a spirited discussion and often debate of who the award winner should be. And every nominee is worthy, but there can only be one. And tonight is a night to honor all of you that are going above and beyond and giving your corazon to our community. All too often, all we hear is the negative of what's going on in our community. Tonight's about reflecting on the positive. There's more positive that's going on, and we need to start recognizing that, especially in this day and age. And tonight is just a little bit for us to do that and honor amazing people. With that, I'd like to bring up my vice chair, Elisa Perea de la O, for some other remarks.
Buenas tardes, everyone. It is a pleasure to be here at the Corazon de Cultura closing ceremony. I have to say, Hispanic Heritage Month this year is extra special. And it really is a wonderful experience for us to come together, all our partners, all our community, our familias, everybody that comes here to celebrate one another, right? This year, my special message is to nurture and take care of one another. And, partnerships are so important. Most definitely. And, everybody in this room does something special in our community. And everybody, we're here not only to celebrate also our wonderful award winners, but to celebrate everybody and celebrate our wonderful community. So we are so thankful that you all made it here today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us here. And we have a wonderful evening and a lovely evening for you all. Thank you.
So to piggyback a little bit on those partnerships and those special relationships, I would like to first thank the city of Albuquerque for their support over the years. They've been instrumental in helping us with funding so that we can do events like this for the community. I would also like to thank the National Hispanic Cultural Center for hosting us tonight. This is the National Hispanic Cultural Center, the only one in the United States. And we should be proud of that, New Mexico. This is something special that nobody else has in the United States. On that message, I would like to invite the executive director of the National Hispanic Culture Center, Mr. Zach Quintero, to say a few words.
All right, well, buenas noches, familia. Lo siento, I'm a bit of a tall guy, so I stand out in any Latino or gente crowd for that matter. I don't really fit in. You should see my parents, actually. So my mom's 5'2", and my dad's 5'9.5", right? So they look at me and they go, ¿Qué es eso? What exactly happened? And that's the kind of beautiful story of New Mexico, if you really think about it. As Nuevo Mexicanos, as Latinos, as gente, we come from this diverse range and this rich tapestry of existence. Not just as familia, but from the informed experiences we have as human beings. And I'm honored to serve you, the people of our state and our gente across the United States as a collective familia together here at the National Hispanic Cultural Center. And thank God it's in Nuevo Mexico, que no? So, yeah. So I want to thank the Hispanic Heritage Committee and all the incredible work by the executive board tonight, but I always first start by thanking, first and foremost, let's give a round of applause for the people who fed you tonight and the people that set this up and brought this all together. These awards reflect the hard work, the passion, and the investment we put in together as Latinidad, as community, as people focused on a shared history together, working towards a more perfect New Mexico in the sense of being there for each other. So tonight, we're reflecting that honor, that commitment of the unspoken New Mexico truism, which is putting in faith and investment into each other as community, always being there for each other. It's the silent spoken rule that I believe that we have exclusively as New Mexicans and that we can help teach the rest of the United States, which is we're always there for each other. We're always there for each other as familia, as community, regardless of different backgrounds. So, muchas gracias, familia. Please know this is always your home, and welcome to the National Hispanic Cultural Center. Gracias.
Thank you, Mr. Quintero. You guys ever seen the movie La Bamba? I mean, come on. It's Lou Diamond Phillips right there, people. Not my Richie. Love you, Zach. Love you, buddy. Another person that's been instrumental in helping the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee and collaborating with is the foundation of the National Hispanic Cultural Center. I've had a chance to work with them a little bit more closely, and I'm grateful for the partnerships that we are formulating in this community, because we're stronger in numbers and we're stronger when we work together. And tonight's a reflection of that. Quickly, I'd like to invite Melissa Armijo from the National Hispanic Cultural Center Foundation for some quick remarks.
And I am not so tall, obviously. I'm tall for a Chicana. I want to echo what Zach said. You know, this is your home, and we want you all to come back, and we really appreciate everybody being here. We do have plenty of partnerships in the community, and we are always looking for ways to elevate our Hispanic people in our community. So we thank you all for being here. I think tonight, did you want me to do this quick raffle? Absolutely. So we are donating a membership to the National Hispanic Cultural Center Foundation and a brick to the National for the Plaza Mayor. So if you guys want to take out your tickets, yes, thank you, that's the word, tickets. And we'll do the Plaza Mayor brick first. So where's the? Oh, there that's right. We'll do that. Just to give you a little history, the foundation is the nonprofit arm of the National Hispanic Cultural Center itself. And what we do is we raise money for the programs here at the center. The center, this entire 18-acre campus, is a state-run institution, and they provide the salaries and they maintain the entire campus. But the foundation raises money for their programs, and they have 4 program areas, which are education, the building you're in now, history and literary arts, the building right across the way, visual arts is where we have our museum, and then performing arts, of course, where we're having actually flamenco dancing in about an hour and a half. So it's a big campus and it's a big responsibility. So, okay, now everybody got their tickets? All right, we're gonna do the brick first. And I'm not looking, I promise. Bueno, let's see. 580158. Oh my gosh,
hey.
Woo! All right. Valerie Martinez, you are, one brick.
Come on down.
You wanna hold that for?
Yep.
And the next one is for, you can verify. Make sure and verify. That lady wins a lot. And the next one is for an NHCC Foundation membership program. The value is $150. And I believe that one gets you 4 people to be members of the foundation. So with that one, we have 580220. All right. Here you go. Okay, she's legit. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, with that, thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, we welcome you here, your familia, we're all gente, and please come back, bring your family, bring your friends, tell everybody about the National Hispanic Cultural Center, and make sure that you put this on your destination spot for anybody who comes here to visit New Mexico. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. As I mentioned earlier, we get funding from the city of Albuquerque to preserve, promote, and celebrate all things Hispanic and Latino culture and history. But this year, we've had some generous sponsors that saw the work that we're doing and felt that they needed to contribute monetarily. And I'd like to recognize those people because, you know, it helps us do more work outside the community, and it helps us spread the word of the work that we're doing. I would like to recognize Mr. John Santuro from the Holman's Foundation. He's not able to make it tonight, but John, thank you. We appreciate what you're doing for our communities. Mr. Brian Colon from Singleton Schreiber, thank you, sir. Brian's been instrumental in a lot of events. I've performed for some of his events, and we're grateful. Thank you for your years and your contributions. Thank you, sir. Thank you. City Councilor Luis Sanchez, thank you, sir. Thank you. On top of being a city councilor for Albuquerque, he is a business owner of Allstate, and he generously helped make tonight happen. So thank you for allocating money from your business, but also from your funding. Thank you, Louis. You see the work that we're doing, and we're grateful for that. And on that note, I would like to ask Mr. Luis Sanchez to give a few remarks.
All right. He was putting his hand. Am I that old, man? Okay. So anyway, I made it up. I didn't have a problem. And nowadays, you guys that have suits on, right, you know that they tighten up the pants when you go over there. And I'm like trying to get my pants below my calves. So anyway, with that, I just want to recognize everybody that's here and all of you business owners and all the different people, all the different areas. You know, we have Art Award, Culinary Award, Business Award, Education Award, Leadership Award, Performing Arts Award, Nonprofit Award, Sports Award, and Corazon de Fuego. And that is an amazing contribution to our community. So thank each and every one of you for actually being here, and thank you to the public for actually getting these people here, because as Orlando said, this is basically a reflection of our community, our Hispanic community. So thank you very, very, very much. Do you guys want to hear a joke? Yes. Okay. Hell yes. All righty. So anyway, if anybody knows me, they know that I'm a retired police officer, right? So here's a police joke. So Harry and Linda, they're driving down the road, and Harry gets pulled over by a police officer for speeding. 80 and a 60, the police officer walks over and he says, Harry. He says, oh, he didn't know Harry's name yet, right? He walks over and he says, I need to see your driver's license, registration, and insurance. So he pulls out his driver's license, registration, and insurance, hands it to the officer. The officer says, I got to give you a ticket. You don't have your seatbelt on. And he says, well, officer, I was just reaching into my back pocket to get my wallet, and I released my seatbelt. Well, guess what his wife says? You never wear your seatbelt. And he looks over and says, what are you doing? So then the next thing that happens is he says, I'm also going to need to write you a citation for that broken taillight. And then he comes up and he says, officer, I didn't know it was broken. I didn't know. And then she says, Harry, that taillight's been broken for 3 weeks. You already know. We talked about it. So then the next thing that happens is he said, sir, he says, we're going to write you one more ticket. And that other ticket is for your windshield. The windshield's cracked. No, it's not. It's not. I can see perfectly through it. Harry, we have been arguing about that windshield for 3 weeks. Why don't you get it fixed? And then he looks over and he says, shut up, old lady. And he goes, what? He says, so they argue back and forth right in front of the police officer. The police officer says, ma'am, does Mr. Harry always treat you so rude? Only when he's been drinking. So you guys have a wonderful day. I'm so proud of each and every one of you. Make sure that you be very careful tonight. But thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure, and I'm so proud of each and every one of you. And if you notice these awards, there's not one of them alike. Thank you, Anthony. They're amazing.
Well, I wasn't expecting that joke. Thank you, Councilor Sanchez. We got to get you at Quesada's Comedy Club now. Speaking of artwork, so have you guys noticed over here, tonight's custom-made awards that all of our award winners are going to be given tonight was made by a local artist, AGM Wood Designs. The artist's name is Anthony Marquez. So I happen to know this artist kind of well. He's my older brother. But I have to say, growing up, looking up to my older brother from a tremendous athlete, it's great to see him follow this amazing passion that he has for woodwork, where you really get to see the creativity that I didn't even know he had. But I have to give credit where credit is due, because the artwork is absolutely beautiful. It's stunning. Every award tonight is different and unique, just like every one of you and the contributions you guys are making. So, Anthony Marquez, thank you for your hard work and for these amazing awards that you did tonight. And make sure you get Dad home tonight, okay? he's gonna have to drive. Also, we have a live artist tonight, Mr. Heriberto Lopez, who is making a painting. Heriberto has designed, he designed a very special award that we created this year, a certificate of recognition that we feel is appropriate to give to people that we feel have earned it. And this past year for Hispanic Heritage Month, we had the opportunity to give the first certificate of recognition to Becky G. So for those of you guys that know who Becky G is, she is a Latina superstar that is doing amazing things, not just for the world of Latin music, but for her community. And it's great that now the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee has a special place in her heart. And we look forward to opportunities to award more people that come into New Mexico so that we can share with them what makes us so special. But tonight, we're going to be raffling off this painting. Mr. Heriberto Lopez has graciously donated this painting, and we'll have a drawing for that later on tonight. So at this time, we have a very special performance that we'd like to showcase. And if I could have Miss Patricia Dickinson come up and say a few words about these tremendous performers that we want to highlight specifically for you guys tonight. Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for having us. I'm really short. Okay. Closer to the mic. No one's ever had a problem hearing me. Except my dancers who go deaf on purpose. Selective deafness. We are here tonight with small excerpts from our Nutcracker in the Land of Enchantment. It's very resplendent in tradition, but we also celebrate all things about our incredible culture. I moved here in 1990 and moved here because of the culture. And we were very honored, I believe in 2021, to receive the Corazon de Cultura Awards. So we feel very close to Hispanic Heritage Committee. Some have even said that I'm honorary Hispanic. I'll take it. But thank you so much, everyone. And so the first thing that we're going to see, I'm not going to stop in between, is the opening of the Nutcracker as he has just become human and not a doll anymore. Within our story, which is the original E.T.A. Hoffman, her name is Maria. And then we're going to do a little bit of shepherdess. In the Nutcracker in the Land of Enchantment, we have jackalopes, we have sheep, we have shepherdess, we have Dias de los Muertos, we have a zozobra. So we have storyteller dancers. It's very different. Please join us at the end of December over there with a full orchestra with Guillermo Figueroa. So I think that's all I want to say. Okay, so we're going to dance now. We're dancing on carpet and in a small space. So if anybody kicks each other, just applaud louder. We kind of live for applause anyway.
While we're working on the sound, I would like to make a quick announcement. A very special thanks to Brian and Aleli Colon. They have offered to sponsor an award for each and every award winner tonight, a brick for the National Hispanic Cultural Center. So, Brian, Aleli, thank you so much. So every one of the award winners tonight gets a brick on behalf of Brian and Aleli Colon. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate that.
Bluetooth disconnected. Bluetooth connected.
Absolutely beautiful, eloquent, absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for coming out. And remember to see the wonderful evening. And I do want to remind you all, there also is the 360 photo booth on your way out, and it was super fun. I got on there, and it kind of goes around. He sends you a little video, and it's pretty awesome, I have to say. All right, sounds good. All right, so we're going to transition now, and we have our special keynote speaker today. This is a champion in our community. Definitely has done so many amazing things for our community. We are pleased to have our keynote speaker join us today. Please welcome Ellen Armijo up, Senior Affairs Associate Director and Mayor's Liaison.
I'm a retired high school teacher and politician, and you give me a microphone, you're in trouble. ¿Sí? Anyway, I want to start. Buenas noches. Es un placer estar aquí con ustedes esta noche. On behalf of Mayor Keller, I'm proud and humbled to speak with you tonight. And Mayor Keller sends his apologies for he's out of town and not able to be here, so he asked me to represent him, which I would have been here anyway, so this is always great for me. I think over Hispanic Heritage Month, as we have closed it out from start to finish, we are proud to be able to look back on the variety of events. I don't know if you all knew how many events, and a lot of people were surprised how many events there were for Hispanic Heritage Month. But the variety of events celebrating Hispanics that included the diversity of Hispanic culture in Albuquerque and in New Mexico. For many years, we were just so used to Mexicanos in northern New Mexico and in central New Mexico and some southern New Mexican, but our culture has brought many other Hispanics into this community as well. And we've been able to learn and see what they do and how they mix with us as well. And I think that's really a beautiful thing to do. So these events that have been for the last month, probably 2 months, are things like our youth and their families' legacies, to film, to music, fiestas, sports, mosaics, and poetry, and Dia de los Muertos. So just a variety of things that were going on in this community. My wife and I, for years, have been going to the Latin or the Latino Film Festival that the Hispanic Cultural Center puts on. And they've done it here at the South Broadway Cultural Center and other places. It's just something we put in our calendar every year. But as Hispanics, there are so many things going on with us. We are more than just red or green or tequila, although both of those are good. All three of those are good, don't get me wrong. But we're not just those things. You know, we have such a diversity. We have people who work hard. We have artists and musicians and teachers and professors and contractors and all kinds of people that do so much for the community that sometimes we're not even aware of them. And we're proud of them. We're proud of what people bring to the table. We are as diverse and at the same time, in my mind, equal to the person sitting next to you. We come in many flavors, and we're proud of our heritage, no matter where we come from. From northeastern New Mexico, where I'm from originally, to Albuquerque, to Las Cruces, Carlsbad, Hobbs, Silver City, wherever the case may be, Chama, Española, Santa Fe, we are proud of where we are from and how we grew up. And it comes out in our way we speak and the way we treat others and how we enjoy the different events that we go to every year, whether it's weddings or fiestas or Dia de los Muertos. We are proud of all that. I want to say congratulations to the awardees. Although I don't know all of you, I am, in my long life, I am proud to say I have a connection with many of you. From teaching, from politics, from different ways that I've met you through coaching as well. And it just makes what we do and who we are, that's part of Nuevo Mexico. We're a small community. We get to know each other. We may not always know each other, but if we talk long enough to each other, we find somebody that we know both have in common. And sometimes we find we may even be related and didn't even know it. That's a scary part, doing that. But I just want to conclude and tell all of you and the awardees, congratulations. You all that were picked deserve all of this. There are so many people who deserve everything that they do. But this committee, the Hispanic Heritage Committee, I've been proud to be able to do the little work I can. They do a lot of work. There are so many people connected that these things don't happen just by themselves. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of volunteer time. These people don't get paid, but they are making sure that our heritage continues. As we get older, others have to take over. Our children, our grandchildren, they're the ones that are going to continue the legacy of what we do. So les doy las gracias a todos ustedes por venir aquí esta noche. Otra vez, es un placer estar aquí con ustedes y les doy la buena noche. Gracias.
Un fuerte aplauso para Alan Armijo, ladies and gentlemen. An amazing community servant. He's held many hats. Alan, thank you for your work for our community. All right, let's get started with the awards. We would like to, for our first award in the category of art, I would like to call up board member Honesty Nunez Jaramillo to introduce tonight's award winner.
Good evening, buenas noches. There was a lot of competition for art. We have a lot of beautiful art in New Mexico, and each category was actually very, very difficult. But it's a very big honor to speak about this individual today. It was more than 40 years ago that this artist graduated from New Mexico Highlands University with an undergrad degree in journalism and a minor in art. But what followed was a distinguished career helping her community and New Mexico. So much that earlier this year, she was honored with the Si Se Puede Award by Dolores Huerta for her activism. A native of Farmington, she's worked for Highlands as a public affairs, as well as doing social work in Las Vegas before moving to Albuquerque, where she began her career advocating for vocational education. In the 1980s, she became the director of the New Mexico Council on Vocational Education, pushing to increase opportunities for people whom college was not a fit. She's also a former Highlands regent in the 1980s, and one of her points of emphasis was demanding child care services for both students and faculty. In looking back in her life, she says her success can be traced to her time at Highlands. Other aspects of her life at Highlands is gaining a background in art, something that has taken on more importance in her life as she's aged. And that has started her on a whole new trajectory, especially as she continues advocacy work, this time helping other women artists. She began a popular women's art show here at the National Hispanic Cultural Center, and it just completed its 7th year. The main reason she started is to keep pumping up women who didn't have the retirement and who were just doing art, and she saw them struggling. The show started with only 12 artists and has now increased to 90 and is quickly growing its site at the National Hispanic Cultural Center. This woman also, in engaging in lifting up women, she's engaging in lifting up her own grandchildren, teaching them art, and also has influenced me and gave me my first mat to do the tin art. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Linda Valencia Martinez, cultural artist and activist, to come please accept her award.
I'm a typical Chicanita, I'm short. Thank you very much for this award. After being traumatized last week from the election, this is exactly what I needed. I'm still struggling with that. So when he called me to tell me I'd received, I thought he was calling me about something else, but it wasn't. And I'm like, what? Who? What? But anyway, it's a real honor. I will continue to support women artists, and I've advocated civil rights and women's rights. I'm really old, for about 50 years. And I will continue doing that because even now more than ever, we need to support women, especially in the arts. And I hope that if any of you out there would want to sponsor our women's arts show, you will help us, because these women that are in the show are predominantly older women. I'm the oldest, by the way, I think. No, there's one lady that's 91, so she's older than me. I'm not that old. But if you can support us, we would really appreciate it, because the sponsorship that we get pays for this particular room and the room across the hall. And it allows the women artists to take home whatever they make, because these women cannot afford to pay $500 like Spanish market charges. So if it's in your heart, sponsor us, because we'd love it. And thank you so much for giving me this. And my family, I'd like to recognize my family. They're my 2 granddaughters and my daughter. Stand up, stand up. Thank you very much, I appreciate it, thank you.
Wait a quick moment while we take a photo. Another round of applause for our art winner, Linda Valencia Martinez, amazing artist in our community. Wonderful. All right, the time has come for the next award winner, and this next category is culinary arts. And I fought for this category because I love culinary arts, and I love tacos, and I love to eat, and I love to go to restaurants, and I love all of that. We all do, right? And so, awesome. So I'm like, good evening, esteemed guests, members of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee, and honorees. Tonight we celebrate the transformative power of culture and passion and perseverance. The recipient of this year's Corazon de Cultura Culinary Arts Award has redefined what it means to create, to inspire, and lead through the culinary arts. His story is one of resilience, redemption. Growing up between Phoenix and his family ranch in Mexico, he faced significant challenges early in life, yet through determination and a love for cooking, and I love that because I love to cook and I love to eat, okay? He turned his life around, graduating from culinary school and embarking on a journey that would lead him to national acclaim. This remarkable chef has claimed victory on some of the most prestigious stages in the culinary world, winning competitions on Guy's Grocery Games, that's a cool show, Chopped, and even beat Bobby Flay. I mean, come on, that's awesome, right? Woo, that's awesome. His now famous chiles en nogada dish is a tribute to heritage and culinary genius. In 2024, he opened his first restaurant, Escondido in Santa Fe, where he brings together the vibrant flavors of Mexican cuisine with a modern twist. From world-class ceviches to locally sourced meats, his dishes tell a story of tradition, innovation, and excellence. Beyond his culinary achievements, and I think this part is very special, he is a champion for second chance, creating opportunities for others to rebuild their lives through the kitchen. It's about rehabilitating our people. They can grow and they can develop. Most definitely, I love that. It is my honor to introduce a chef who has inspired countless people with his story and his food. Congratulations to this year's Culinary Arts winner, Chef Fernando Ruiz.
Here, give it to me, give it to me. Here. I look like a güero, pero no soy gringo, soy mexicano. Yeah. I'm Fernando Ruiz, and I'm a retired convict. Everyone's been saying they've been retired from something, but thank you. Thank you to my wife, Michelle. Thank you, Ralph. Ralph and my wife bring out the best of me, I think. This whole culinary journey, this whole restaurant journey, this whole Food Network journey just kind of fell in my lap. I never asked for it. I never signed up for it. You can thank my wife for that. The program we're doing in the prison, it's an 8-week curriculum. Our students have less than 1 year of incarceration. So when they walk out, they go to my restaurant. They have a job. Hold on. Monday, we had a class that graduated in July, first week of July. Monday, we had our top student get dropped off at the restaurant from prison. That gentleman has been in there since 2007. He's here right now. Miguel, stand up. Sorry for putting you on the spot. Miguel is staying with me in my apartment in Santa Fe. My wife and kids, we have a house here in Albuquerque. I just don't commute back and forth. Miguel has a place with me. He's got a job. He's got food, clothes. We just started him a GoFundMe page. He's up to $1,500. We're going to get him a vehicle. If we can hire a felon to be in the White House, we can hire felons anywhere in this book. We need to take that shit off the application, please. Thank you.
Awesome, Fernando Ruiz. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And you know, I love that testament because it's about advancing our people. It's about helping our people, developing our people. We're here together, unified, together as a community. So I love to hear those stories. So wonderful. And we're handing it over to Orlando. Who's our next person?
All right, powerful stuff already, huh? That's what it's about, people. We're lifting people up in different ways. And each and every one of you are doing your part. And that's what we're here to celebrate. That being said, this next gentleman that we're going to honor is in the category of business. And this gentleman's name is Mr. Rudy Guzman. Rudy Guzman is the owner and operator of Guzman Construction Solutions, a prominent enterprise founded in 2003. Specializing in comprehensive construction services such as earthwork, site development, demolition, hauling, and heavy equipment transport, Rudy led the company's endeavors as both a general contractor and subcontractor. In addition, he has established himself as a notable manufacturer and producer of aggregate materials. Rudy's tenure at the helm of Guzman Construction Solutions has been characterized by hands-on management and an unwavering commitment to honoring contractual obligations. This dedication has cultivated enduring relationships with a diverse clientele, including government entities and private stakeholders. Since its inception, the company has successfully executed projects totaling over $390 million, with a remarkable $52 million accomplished in its most prolific year. As a leader, Rudy has overseen a dynamic team of more than 100 skilled and dedicated professionals, complemented by an impressive fleet of owned equipment. His astute leadership and strategic acumen have played a pivotal role in the company's sustained success. To ensure that he remains at the forefront of industry advancements, Rudy maintains active memberships in key professional organizations. These include the Associate General Contractors, Better Business Bureau, Home Builders Association of New Mexico, and New Mexico Utility Contractors Association. By participating in these forums, Rudy stays abreast of the latest best practices, industry trends, and regulatory development contributions to the continued excellence of Guzman Construction Solutions. Rudy Guzman's multifaceted expertise, coupled with his strategic vision and commitment to excellence, positions him as a prominent figure in the construction landscape, driving the continued success of Guzman Construction Solutions. So as a businessman, his resume speaks for itself. But what's important about these awards is, like, what are we doing above and beyond? And what's most impressive to me about Mr. Guzman is that he does this from a very low key. He doesn't like fanfare, doesn't like a lot of public appreciation. He just goes out of his way to help people that deserve it and that he feels needs it. And there's a common thread of his charitable donations because they're all youth-based. And in my research and learning a little bit more about Mr. Guzman, he has a love for developing young people, people in sports, people in construction. He's served as a mentor to many people. Some of his notable contributions include Rio Grande High School Baseball, Mesa del Sol Neighborhood Association, ABQ Lacrosse Inc., the Ray Saavedra Memorial Golf Classic, which combats heart attacks and stroke victims, Community Charity Golf Classic, Wise Choice Foods Make-A-Wish Foundation, Citizen Church, Rio Grande Basketball, Duke City Cages, West Mesa High School Phillies, La Cueva Girls Basketball, St. Pius High School, St. Charles School, and a grassroots organization that I'm a board member of, our local charity, Los Ojos de la Familia. What's impressive about Mr. Guzman is that he does this with just actions. Doesn't speak a lot about it. It's hard to track down his accomplishments. But Mr. Guzman, tonight is about honoring people that are going above and beyond and giving your corazon to our community, even when you're doing so from being a low key. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight's 2024 Corazon de Cultura Award winner is Mr. Rudy Guzman.
Wow, what a huge honor. Thank you so much. I want to thank my family for being here, my friends, my amazing partner, the committee for making this happen, and thank everyone for being here. And I'm so proud to be part of this community. So thank you.
I got it, Anthony. Don't worry. Whew. Yeah. Don't want to piss off the artist. Lord, Lord. All right. Break things up a little bit. We are going to have another door prize. So get your tickets out. I'd like to invite board member Monica Nunez to come up and announce our next door prize.
Take your ticket out.
Okay, everyone has their ticket ready. So you want to?
Oh, sure. Ticket? All right. What are we wrapping up?
This first gift is, Betty's Bath and Day Spa. It was founded in 2000 here in Albuquerque, and it is in our tree-lined, peaceful North Valley neighborhood, and they are known for their outdoor saltwater, hot tubs, and massages and facials. And when they heard about our event, they were so excited to donate a gift card to Betty's Bath and Day Spa. So please join me in congratulating the winner. And Orlando, who do we pull?
Oh, and the winner is.
Okay. 580180. Yeah, very good. Join me in congratulating them for this beautiful. Enjoy. Yes, enjoy. And this next gift is, oh, I like this one. Kai and Molly. Kai and Molly Textiles creates beautiful hand-printed dish towels and unique gifts. And all of their dish towels are designed by hand. And their studio has a single mission here in Albuquerque, helping people and the planet. And they are so invested and always creating meaningful jobs for immigrants in our community. So join me in congratulating our winner for Kai and Molly Textiles. And this would be ticket holder 580214. 214. Then here we go with the next.
214? All right. All right.
Must be present.
There you go.
And this is 580166. Orlando, get another one.
Whoa.
Oh, there we are in the back. Beautiful. Wonderful.
Right.
Congratulations. And we're going to do another. My daughter Sophia is going to pick the next one because we have quite a few door prizes, and then we'll move on with the awards. Let me see what she's going to pick. Oh, yes, this is a very nice one. So Seasons 52 Fresh Grill and Wine Bar Restaurant is here. It's a beautiful dining experience in Albuquerque. They were so excited to partner with our event, and they generously offered a gift card, and so they're looking forward to seeing the winner at their establishment. So from the Hispanic Heritage Committee board members, let's offer a nice congratulations to... It takes a whole team to do this. Okay. 580212. And this is one of my favorite places. Oh, congratulations. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Wait a minute. She old enough to drink? Hold on. Somebody check her ID.
Somebody enjoy. It's a great place. Okay, I'll hand it back to Orlando.
Hey. Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Monica.
All right. Next up, in the category of education, I'd like to welcome board member and secretary of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee, Ms. Dominica Facio, to come up and say a few remarks.
Thank you for being here, everybody. This is a very special night for the committee, for the nominees, for the awardees. The recipients of this award, there's not enough I could possibly say to express my personal gratitude, but also the gratitude of the community for the things that he has shared and the inspiration he has given all of us. Dr. La Madrid completed his Bachelor of Arts in English in 1970 at UNM. In 1976, he completed his Master of Arts degree in Spanish at the University of Southern California, where he also completed his PhD in 1978. Dr. La Madrid returned to New Mexico to serve and inspire the community in roles as Director of Chicano, Hispano, Mexicano Studies Program at the University of New Mexico from 2004 to 2009, and Chair and later Emeritus, I'm never sure how to pronounce that, of the Department of Spanish and Portuguese at the University of New Mexico. His gift of inspiring has never been contained to the classroom. He was the co-founder and director of the Conexiones International Programs, which began in 1979 at Northern New Mexico Community College and was instituted at UNM in 1986. Conexiones is a program of summer institutes in language and cultural anthropology. They're held in Cuernavaca, Tezpotlan, Morelia, Chihuahua, Mexico. There's some in Trujillo, Spain, Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, and Ecuador. Conexiones is how I came to know Profe, as many of his students affectionately call him. In 1990, the summer before I entered high school, my mom, who many of you may all know, Berna Facio, she's since passed, decided that since she was almost done raising all of her children, I'm the youngest, she would pursue higher education. I think at this point, she had already taken several classes with Dr. La Madrid, and she came home and told me and my dad, we're going to spend the summer in Morelia, Mexico. We'll be living with a local family, and I'll be attending college courses. So off we went. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Dr. La Madrid gave me the opportunity to attend the 100 level courses that were being offered that summer. I learned so much about culture, and that was the summer that my Spanish went from, sí, entiendo todo, pero no hablo mucho, to sí, yo hablo español. It was also this experience that gave me the drive to complete my degree and to understand the value and importance of travel and cultural experiences. Dr. La Madrid was my first college professor when I was only 14 years old. When I attended UNM 4 years later, I had the opportunity to take folklore classes and some Spanish classes with Dr. La Madrid. I like to call him a multi-generational inspiration, as he had so much to do with my mom's education and her passion for multicultural, bilingual, and arts education. Dr. La Madrid has written and collaborated with other renowned scholars in several books and publications, to include Un Ojo en el Muro, a book of Mexican poetry, The Pilgrimage to Chimayo, a contemporary portrait of a living tradition, Nuevo Mexico Profundo, Rituals of an Indo-Hispano Homeland, Hermanitos Comanchitos, Indo-Hispano Rituals of Captivity and Redemption, Amadito y los Niños Héroes, Hotel Mariachi, Urban Space and Cultural Heritage in Los Angeles, Nación Genízera, Ethnogenesis, Place and Identity in New Mexico, and his most recent, Water for the People, the Acequia Heritage of New Mexico in a Global Context. Dr. La Madrid has been the recipient of many prestigious awards throughout his career. In 2001, he won the Southwest Book Award for Nuevo Mexico Profundo. 2004, University of Chicago Folklore Prize for Hermanitos Comanchitos. 2005, the Southwest Book Award for Hermanitos Comanchitos. 2010, the Library of Congress National Book Festival Award for Children Literature. 2011, New Mexico Acequia Association Literary Award for Juan the Bear and the Water of Life. 2012, New Mexico Historical Society Pablita Valverde Prize Children's Books for Amadito and the Hero Children. 2015, International Latino Book Award for Hotel Mariachi. 2018, the Southwest Book Award for Sisters in Blue. And 2020, the Heritage Publication Award for Nación Genízaro. 2024, Fray Francisco Atanasio Dominguez Award for Water for the People. And today, we are honored to add the Corazon de Cultura of Education Award 2024 to Dr. Enrique La Madrid.
Should put the steps on the other side. Muchas gracias.
Gracias a todos. It's a huge honor to be among the comunidad that I've served for so many years. It's amazing. A lot of my students have grandchildren at this point. Que barbaridad, no? It's all about herencia. It's all about querencia, the name of my book series at UNM Press. When I hung up my tennis and got out of the classroom, I just started going and doing books. I've done a number of them with Rodolfo Anaya, with a lot of my favorite people, just getting them done. I told Dominique, I'm lucky to be here tonight. I'm very lucky to be here tonight. When I knew it was her, I said, I'll be there. I'll break a leg to be there, no? So I brought a copy of a couple of my books. One of them is Nuevo Mexico Profundo. I brought this one. It's the first really major publication that I was involved in. And it's also the inaugural exhibit of the National Hispanic Cultural Center in 2000, right? It's a collaboration with Miguel Gandert, and I had a fellowship at Smithsonian that year. And you know how the Tejanos are, you know how those guys from California are? They said, oh, the Hispanic Cultural Center, what are you guys doing? Is it going to be high Hispanic or is it going to be low Hispanic, como nosotros? And I said, you know what? Just take a look at this cover and you go figure it out. And I remember El Rey de España came to the inauguration, and this was an exhibit that they just couldn't pull him away from. He says, really, these Comanches speak Spanish? And you better believe it. And of course, and this is a special gift for Dominique. She already had this one. This is Water for the People. It's my last book out of the Calientito del Horno, como quien dice. We found out so many great things about our heritage here in New Mexico. Who would have known that where it came from? We knew it came from Valencia, in the water court, and that's been operating since the 10th century. But who would have thought that our heritage came directly from Arabia Felix, known today as Yemen. That's where our heritage came from. When the Second Caliphate crashed, its headquarters was in Damascus, and the royal families had to leave. The kingdom of Sabah, also known in the Bible as Sheba, where did they go? They went straight to Cordova, Spain, and the rest is history. So it's our history. We're so proud to be a part of it, and I'm so proud to share it with the entire community, all the acequieros that I know. I'm a comisionado in the Acequia Association of Álamos de los Gallegos in the North Valley. So I've got my feet wet. I've got my knees wet. I'm so glad to be here. Gracias a todos.
All right. The next category we would like to honor tonight is the category of leadership. And to introduce tonight's winner, I would like to call up Hispanic Heritage Committee member and former Señora Nuevo Mexico, Natalie Trujillo, to come up and introduce our next award winner. Steps. Yeah.
Buenas noches a todos. Thank you so much, the Heritage Committee, for the opportunity to present the next award to someone I met 10 years ago, I can't believe, or so, give or take. When I had my daughter, who's 13 now, on my hip, and he was a driven leader then and is a driven leader today. Senator Michael Padilla is a member of the New Mexico State Senate and has represented District 14 since being elected in 2012. He serves on 10 legislative committees, including as chairman of the New Mexico Finance Authority and was the chairman of the Science, Technology, and Telecommunications Committee 10 years, and is the only member of the Senate Finance Committee from Central New Mexico. Padilla's primary focus as a legislator is to eliminate widespread poverty that affects most of his state. Successfully passed multiple pieces of legislation to improve job creation economic development, early childhood education, access to high-speed broadband internet, child food insecurity, child protective services, and education reform and funding. He's also passed the legislation that ensured universal breakfast and lunch for all New Mexico public school children in 2023. Padilla has brought attention to the Child Protective Services crisis in New Mexico since he became a state senator. By successfully enacting legislation to dramatically expand the number of high-quality foster homes available to children in protective services. Padilla has been able to reform many information technology, high-speed broadband internet, cybersecurity, and new technology services provided by the state government. And in 2023, he sponsored legislation that created the Office of Cybersecurity to bring consistency across state government in how any other agency of government performs transactions with state government. Padilla is from Los Padillas, a rural farming community that his family helped settle over 160 years ago and is located inside of the district he represents. Padilla founded Altivus CRM Solutions, a contract center and consulting firm in 2000, and grew the company organically to a peak of 3,600 full-time employees. The company specializes in building contract centers and providing optional consulting services affecting people, process, and technology. Padilla still serves as a chairman and CEO of the company. It is my grand honor to present the Corazon de Cultura Leadership Award to Senator Michael Padilla.
There it is. Would you really like to give me a microphone tonight? Because, well, first of all, thank you very much to the Hispanic Heritage Committee and all of its members and everybody in this room that has contributed many, many years, blood, sweat, and tears, volunteerism. Like you, I'm a volunteer, and I have to say that it's a very hard thing to do, and to keep this part of our community alive is very important to me personally, and I know it's important to you, so thank you very much. You heard all sorts of things about me. I'm not going to talk forever because it was exhausting just to hear all that now that I think about it. I was just reelected a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and I will be going into a 4th term in the Senate. And so next month I complete 12 years in the Senate, and I've been in leadership for 6 of those years, and it feels like about 30 anywhere else. I really have to be honest with you on that one, because every single moment of every day there's something that someone needs something from me. And I have to tell you, I wake up, I go to sleep every night, I wake up every day, and I am thrilled. I am honored to work for you, I promise you. There is no moment that I don't think about how to make New Mexico better, I promise you. And so I just, I thought, what am I going to say tonight? I was flying all over the country, the western part of the U.S. This week for my business and a dual portion for the Senate. And I will tell you that I asked the pilots, I got off the plane 35 minutes before I got here. And I said, you fly that thing a little bit faster because I am not going to miss this thing tonight, okay? And when I was getting off the plane and throughout the week, I thought, Orlando called me to tell me about this. And thank you to Orlando, our hosts, both of our hosts. Thank you very much. Yes, give them a hand. And what do I really want to say tonight that would hopefully leave you with something? And so I'm a really shy person, for those of you who know me well. My brother's sitting right here in front of me. Brian Colon, we've known each other for about 36 years now, 35 years now. We met in high school and became instant friends, and we've been friends ever since. And thank you, Aleli, for sharing him with us for all of these years, too. And so the thing I want to share with you is this. We have a bunch of young people in the room. Can I ask anyone that's under 18 right now to stand up? And if you're slightly over 18, go ahead and stand up too. Anybody that's under 18 or slightly over, please stand up. Please stand up. All of you. And it's events like this, and stay standing, please. And it's times like this that we are lifting up these kiddos in any number of ways. But what you're looking at right now that are standing in this room are future state senators and governors and U.S. senators. And I hope one of you is president of the United States. I promise you. I will be there. Oh no, don't sit down yet. I will be there to lift you up. I will be there to lift you up every step of the way, and so will everybody else in this room, I can assure you. Thank you. And so I want to say this. Yes, it's great to see these young people here, but I really hope that all of you walk away from here tonight and find that one special or two special people in your life that are maybe, 10 to 18 or somewhere in there, and start encouraging them to look at a career in public service. I had no idea, Brian, you and I, when we started out in life with nothing, absolutely nothing. When they say, it's not just a James Brown song. I started with absolutely nothing, okay? I grew up in 7 foster homes and the All Faiths Receiving Home. I don't know if you remember the last orphanage we had here in Albuquerque. My sisters and I grew up there. And can you make a difference? Is opportunity still knocking in America and here in New Mexico? It absolutely is. So I want to say to these young kids, you see a problem out there, you see something, I don't want you to complain about it. I want you to do something about it. And you can do it, I promise you. And I said I wasn't going to speak very long, but I'm going to say just one more thing about the person who introduced me, which you may or may not know about Natalie, is she is a world-renowned singer, and she is a remarkable New Mexican as well, and I expect to see her on TV someday. Well, I know I've seen you on TV before, but I mean, I want to see you on national TV, international TV. So thank you all very much for this award. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Michael Padilla. Just a quick tidbit that wasn't mentioned. Senator Padilla has a job fair every year in his district, helping people find jobs. So, Senator Padilla, thank you for that. Makes a big difference. Appreciate you. All right, I'd like to bring my co-chair, Ms. Alicia Pereira de la O, to bring out our next door prize.
Shout out to our Monica Nunez, our board member, to come up and do a few more door prizes. But while she comes up here, I do want to do a shout out to Corvus Moss, these wonderful ladies out here taking these photos. If you see, there's a QR code in the back, and actually at the end, she's been taking photos everywhere, I have to say. You can scan that QR code and you can see all the photos that were taken tonight. So shout out to Corvus Moss for their wonderful photography today. And also, if you look over here to Heriberto, is also right here. Isn't this looking beautiful? I can't believe all the colors and the vibrancy that's coming out. Oh, yes, yes. So the QR code is actually just for your contact information, and then they'll send you the photos. Just wanted to make sure and let you know that. And also, just wanted to do it on your way out. Check out the 360 booth. It's super cool. All right, here we go.
Thank you, Lisa. Okay, everyone, get your tickets ready. The next donation is from Topgolf Albuquerque. It's the premier entertainment destination in Albuquerque, and they encourage you to use their complimentary clubs or bring your own. And when we reached out to Topgolf, immediately they wanted to donate a $50 gift card to Topgolf. So this winner number is 580223. Okay, way to go. Congratulations. That's awesome.
That means you got to take me too.
Okay, and the Isotopes feature giveaway evenings, and they sponsored, when it's the mariachi night, everyone in town stands in line to go to mariachi night. So this next winner gets to take home mariachi isotope souvenir, and it's a bobblehead, so those are very highly prized. It's 580159. 580159. Yeah, very good. Congratulations. Join me in congratulating our winner. Very good. And I'm going to jump the gun, Sophia, and I'm going to describe this next gift as by an artist, local artist who was here at the Women's Art Show, and her name, it'll be a necklace with the Frida necklace, we're going to call it. It is a beautiful piece of art. And Honestine, remind me the artist's name? Oh, from Mexico City. It's beautiful. We're calling it the Frida necklace. It's absolutely beautiful, beaded necklace. And here in Albuquerque, we go crazy. Us girls go crazy to wear stuff like this. 580204. Oh, no? We're going to keep, we have to draw another. We have to draw another one then. No? We have to draw another.
Oh, she got it. Is it you? No, are you sure?
We're on the edge of our seat.
Yeah, I know.
She's like, make it happen, Brian. Make it happen, Brian.
I love that.
Hey, this isn't a white elephant party.
580177. Oh, congratulations!
Well, there might be a trade now.
Yes.
Very nice. You guys talk offline.
Yeah. And we'll make this quick, and we have a beautiful gift. I believe it's a pair of earrings from Gertrude Zachary, which is a very well-known New Mexico jewelry store. And when my mother was in town from California and my sisters from California, we visited Gertrude Zachary, and they just are the best hostess there and beautiful artists featured. 580222. Yes! Wow! Very nice. Very nice. Very good.
All right, got a lot of winners tonight. All right, in the next category for performing arts, I would like to call up Secretary, once again, New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee, Dominic Facio, to announce the winner for performing arts.
Okay. All right. Manuel Facio was born in Puerto de Luna, New Mexico in 1937. He is a first-generation American, as his father and grandmother fled Mexico following the brutal killing of his grandfather during the Mexican Revolution. He was born a musician. His first instrument was the violin, which he started playing at just 4 years old. In junior high, he took up the trumpet, which he played in the both New Mexico All-State Concert and Marching Bands all 3 years of high school. During his first year of high school, he attended the seminary in Santa Fe because his intention was to become a priest. It was there with 3 other young seminarian musicians that he formed his first band. They enjoyed providing entertainment to other seminarians at the dining hall. He soon discovered that the priestly life was not for him. So after a few months, he returned to Santa Rosa High School. It was also in high school that he started his first real band, Mel's Melody Makers, traveling to different towns around the state on weekends, playing for weddings and parties. I would like to mention that Mel's Melody Makers also had another prominent member, Fred Gomez, who passed away earlier this year. And I cannot believe that we failed to remember adding him to the tribute of our recently departed. But we remember you, Fred, and we honor your legacy. While Manuel and Fred were in high school, rock and roll was the newest and most innovative music creation that was hitting the airwaves. Rock and roll was the newest and most, while all his peers were digging rock and roll, he was hooked on Mexican corridos and boleros. especially the corridos de la Revolución, because he was proud of the fact that his grandfather had served under Francisco Pancho Villa and had lived and died fighting to overthrow the dictatorship of Porfirio Díaz. After graduating from Santa Rosa High School in 1956, Manuel went on to play trumpet in the NMSU marching band, funded by a music scholarship. Soon after, he settled in Albuquerque, New Mexico with his late wife, Berna Facio, where they started their family and had 7 children. Berna was also a musician from a very musical family. Her older brother was Manny Gonzalez of Manny and the Casanovas. Manny and the Casanovas were the first to record one of Manuel's original compositions, Mi Vida Es Para Ti. While Manuel stepped away from the bands and the dance halls while he was raising his family, he opened Facio School of Music in Albuquerque's North Valley. Many prominent local musicians, such as Gilbert Lechuga of the Shysters, attended Facio School of Music, where they learned the basics and fundamentals of music. As a Catholic deacon, Manuel ministered to many local families, but found a great love for his ministry specifically to the Mexican immigrant community. As many of these young immigrant families would seek out the church for refuge, Manuel always welcomed them with open arms, meals, job opportunities, and shelter. Manuel's children can recall times in their youth when they were awakened late at night by a door knock and were greeted by a tired, sometimes ill, always hungry, and desperate young Mexican immigrant asking for posada. Manuel never turned them away. In fact, they started coming in large numbers, seeking Diácono Manuel, que me han dicho me da posada. This was his mission and ministry, helping the undocumented. He created meaningful paths to citizenship for more than can be counted, and those that never found the way to citizenship never found a door closed when they sought out el diácono. During his time as a deacon, he wrote 2 liturgical masses that have been published. His masses can be heard in Catholic churches all over the country and have even been sung in the Basilica in Mexico City. He has also written other liturgical hymns in Spanish that are performed in Catholic masses everywhere. In the 1990s, Don Manuel Facio found himself retired and maybe a little too much time on his hands. But as a true Mexicano, Chicano, he found a way to continue to celebrate his cultura and share his talents by participating in several theatrical stage performances with La Zarzuela de Albuquerque and La Compañía Teatro de Albuquerque. In 1996, his eldest daughter, Evelyn Facio, created her own theater group, Teatro Suapista. She co-directed a very successful production of Zoot Suit with her dad, Manuel. Not only did he co-direct, but he also appeared in a prominent role as Henry Reina's father. A couple of years later, Teatro Suapista presented the theatrical production La Víctima that Manuel co-directed. Manuel also musically narrated the entire production. Circa 1994, Manuel gathered his 5 adult children and formed the band La Familia Facio. The family played many events around the state of New Mexico during the 90s and early 2000s. The family band, now representing 4 generations of Facio musicians, still reunites to play at special events. In 1996, La Familia Facio recorded an album entitled De Puro Corazon. All of the music recorded was original compositions of Manuel, his son Vicente, and his daughter Evelyn. In that same year, Manuel received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the New Mexico Hispano Entertainers Association. To Manuel, cultura is what defines you as a person. In his words, the 3 most important parts of cultura are religion, language, and music. It is those 3 things that define him as a person. Manuel never spoke or learned English until he began elementary school. He has vivid memories of being punished in school for speaking Spanish. He has memories of times when businesses posted signs that read, "No dogs or Mexicans allowed." These times in history did not break Manuel's spirit. On the contrary, it fueled it. He and his wife, Berna, made a commitment to give their children the gift of knowing and loving their cultura and the gift of the Spanish tongue. At that time, many of their friends and family refused to teach their children Spanish, fearing that it would marginalize them and their future opportunities. Manuel, always the visionary, knew that it would mean exactly the opposite. His children would know their cultura and would speak the Spanish language with efficiency and most of all, pride. His 5 living children are bilingual and their successes have been fueled by that skill. Don Manuel Facio continues to promote Hispanic culture and music at the age of 87. He has gone full circle to find himself retired in his beautiful birthplace of Santa Rosa, very near Puerto de Luna, where he continues to play in the church choir and provide musical shows to the locals featuring his family band, La Familia Facio, while constantly supported by his current wife, the beautiful and loving soul, Esperanza Facio. He is currently writing a novel documenting the rich Mexican and New Mexican history of his family. We recently asked him when he would be finishing the novel, and he said that God may be thinking that he is bargaining for extra time, as he asked God not to take him until he was completed with the novel. Well, I humbly ask God to keep Manuel distracted with family, fun, joy, and laughter, so that he might never complete that novel and might be with us to provide his wisdom, humor, and corazon forever. I ask this because I am not only his greatest fan, but I am his youngest daughter, and it is the most profound and biggest honor of my life to present the Corazon de Cultura Award for Performing Arts to my papacito, Don Manuel Facio.
Mil gracias a mi Dios primeramente por el gran don de la cultura que nos ha otorgado, una cultura tan padre que es lo que somos nosotros. And to the rest of you, I want to just send out to you a hearty thank you all for being here and for helping support this great endeavor. And many blessings to each and every one of you. I could make this a little longer, but I don't have my guitar with me. And there's a greater reason why I can't make it longer, and I just hope I can make it.
He told us a couple of minutes before he knew he was coming up that he had to go to the restroom, and we didn't let him because we were afraid he'd miss this.
Whew, okay, I'm not crying, you're crying. Wow. Don Manuel Facio, ladies and gentlemen. All right, for the next category we would like to honor is for nonprofit. And I'd like to invite our board member, Beatriz Valencia, to come up and introduce our next award winner.
Buenas noches, ¿cómo están? Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to stand before you today for this prestigious event, where we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of Hispanic nonprofits. What a wonderful occasion it is to gather and celebrate the heart and soul of our culture, the incredible individuals and organizations that made a profound impact in our community. As we come together in the Corazon de Cultura Awards, we recognize the power and the passion, dedication, and service that drive our nonprofit organizations in New Mexico. Today, we are here to honor an organization that exemplifies these values and has made a significant difference in the lives of countless individuals. Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project. They have inspired and also made tangible impact in ecosystems and communities. They come from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Yes. I wanted to say something about this in the personal level of how I connect with Nuestra Tierra's mission. Growing up in an island in the Caribbean, I had a governor that was a poet, and he was very interested in the environment. And that was so intrinsic on myself that when I came to New Mexico and I saw the beautiful land, air, and water that we had to protect, I just see the commonalities of what Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project is capable of doing and already is doing in the state of New Mexico. Nuestra Tierra emphasizes the building community is foundational to successful conservation efforts, whether through projects like restoring La Mancha wetlands in Las Cruces or forming coalitions to conserve landmarks like Kastner Range National Monument in El Paso, Texas, demonstrating that local leadership and expertise lead to sustainable outcomes and interviewing conservation with community building. They are committed to advancing the conservation movement by supporting initiatives like the Outdoor Fund for Underrepresented Tribal, Urban, and Rural Equity, Future. ACT and the Davis South Conservation Memorial Scholarship, which help break down barriers to low-income youth of color and provide stipends to college students pursuing conservation school. Despite the national reach, including the support of Biden-Harris, Tory, and Justice 40 initiatives, Nuestra Tierra maintains a strong local focus on southern New Mexico, continually redefining the 21st century conservation. As we celebrate the achievements of Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project today, let us be inspired by their example. Let us remember that each one of us have a role to play in uplifting our communities and supporting the organizations that work tirelessly for our collective well-being. More than ever, we have to protect our environment. Together, we can make strides towards a healthier planet for generations to come, and we have children here present to be part of that. It is with great pleasure that I introduce this year Corazon de Cultura Awards for nonprofits. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming to the stage Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project Executive Director Angel Peña from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Yes. Thank you so much.
Oh, she got it. She got it. Let's give her a round of applause.
All right.
Buenas tardes. No, yeah, wait, yeah. Buenas noches, for sure. First, thank you so much for that. And absolutely hard to follow Don Manuel, but we are nothing without our elders, so I'm going to take the lead of a couple of them. I'm going to keep my remarks as brief as Senator Padilla. No, se crea, not that long. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That was just a joke. But I am going to start with a quick joke, like the Honorable City Councilor Sanchez. I have 2 of my kids out of the 3, and those parents out there know we can never miss an opportunity to embarrass them as strong as possible. So I'm going to start my remarks with a quick dad joke. I hope that's okay. But why did the Scarecrow win the cultural award? Nothing? Okay. Thank you guys. Very engaged. Appreciate that. For being outstanding in their field. Get it? Ahora sí. Okay. All right. I got you guys back. I got you guys back. You know, just as a prime example of that is the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee for not only being the first of its kind in the country, but truly leading with culture and tradition. And nothing is more NM true than that. And so I just want to say thank you for your leadership and the power that you bring to our community across the state. Absolutely. And so my name is Ángel Damián Soto Peña. I am first the father of 3 crazy kiddos. 2 of them are here today. And then I am the privileged executive director of the Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project with a mission that was forged and built on the frontera, there in Las Cruces, a mission to ensure that deliberately historically excluded communities not only have access to our amazing outdoors and public lands, but have access to the public lands and water management process. Because we not only deserve a seat at the table, we deserve to be the head of the table. And that's what we've always, and that's being raza, right? I was brought to this country to do something, and I couldn't be more proud to be raising my family and running an organization out of the state of New Mexico, because we truly live that through and through. Like every a person who received an award today, we're in this together and really feel that and live that. The Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project, I am the founding executive director, but I am nothing without my team. You see 2 of those team members up here currently, but also at the table. I am nothing without our board president, Ms. Berenice, who is there and supporting us at every step of the way, and our strategic savant and policy and campaign director, and his little boss over there, Ms. Beatriz, but Mr. Adrian Angulo. And we're able to do the work because we do this together. The Nuestra Tierra Conservation Project not only created the first of its kind New Mexico Outdoor Equity Fund to ensure that these kiddos have the opportunity to get this energy out and so that they sleep well, but that's so they can be reminded of where we come from and why we are the way we are. Because we hunt, we fish, we hike, we camp, and we have amazing discadas. Hey guys. Ahora sí. Okay. We created the first of its kind New Mexico Outdoor Equity Fund. We were the leader and instigator in the creation and designation of the Castro Range National Monument. We are the architect of the America the Beautiful for All. And I can assure you all today, we will not falter, we will not slow down or shift our priorities because of what happened a couple of weeks ago. We will stay true to our mission, and it's because we do this together, we do this in community, and I appreciate you all, and I appreciate this word. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. All right, come on, guys. Oh, I'll take them this way. Okay. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Boy, he's got his hands full. Man. Good job, Ángel. Wow. In the next category, in the category of sports, I'd like to welcome our board member, Jonathan Muniz, and one of our youngest members of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee, his lovely daughter.
Good evening, distinguished guests, members of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee, and honorees. Tonight, we gather to honor individuals who embody the spirit of our community. And it is my pleasure to introduce the recipient of this year's Corazon de Cultura Sports Award. For over 8 years, this individual has been the cornerstone of athletic care and safety of our state. A national certified athletic trainer and injury prevention specialist, he earned his Bachelor's of Science in Athletic Training and Sports Medicine from the University of New Mexico in 2014. His commitment to his profession extends to high schools across APS and Rio Rancho, club sports in Albuquerque, and professional venues, ensuring athletes can perform at their best. His expertise has reached elite levels, working with UFC fighters, professional athletes, and our very own New Mexico Runners professional arena soccer team. where he serves as the official athletic trainer. Through advanced techniques in injury management, treatment, and rehabilitation, he has not only enhanced athletic performance, but also safeguarded the health and well-being of countless athletes. Athletic trainers are often unsung heroes in the world of sports, working behind the scenes to keep athletes safe, strong, and ready to compete. Tonight, we take the moment to shine the spotlight where it belongs. On a professional whose passion and dedication has made an indelible impact to our community.
It is my great honor to present the Corazon de Cultura Sports Award to a true champion of athlete care, also my trainer, Eric Archuleta.
Alrighty. Okay, good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank our Lord Jesus Christ for waking me up today and enabling me to accept this award this evening. I also want to express my heartfelt gratitude to the Hispanic Heritage Committee for this incredible honor. Your dedication to promoting our Hispanic community inspires not just me, but countless others. I am truly honored to stand before you all today to accept this Community Sports Award. This recognition means so much to me, and I'm grateful to support and get encouragement from all of you. I'm a small town kid from Farmington, New Mexico, but I call Albuquerque my home. Accepting an award professionally is definitely new waters for me. When I found out I was nominated, I was thrilled but also surprised. I've been an athlete my whole life and have won multiple athletic awards before, but this is my first award as an entrepreneur and business owner. When I graduated from the University of New Mexico with a degree in athletic training and sports medicine, I knew I wanted to apply my newly acquired skill set to this beautiful community. I've now owned and operated my own private practice here in Albuquerque for almost 9 years. I work with various populations, not just athletes, but anyone trying to improve their overall health and wellness. You commonly see athletic trainers in high school, college, and professional sports settings, but I've always argued, what about everyone else? I then opened a private practice in 2016 so I could help everyone, not just athletes. My goal is to identify the root cause of illness and disease and create a plan specific to getting you back to thriving in life because, as we all know, life is too short. I would be remiss if I didn't take a moment to acknowledge the amazing athletes, patients, doctors, athletic trainers, and all mentors that I have had the privilege of working alongside with. We all know that sports are not just about individual achievement. They are about teamwork, camaraderie, and the bonds we forge along the way. Thank you to my community leaders and mentors for your unwavering support and determination. You have pushed me to be the best version of myself, and I am grateful for every moment we've shared. To all my clinical and community mentors, thank you for your guidance, wisdom, and belief in me. Your commitment to nurturing talent and instilling values of hard work, resilience, is truly commendable. You have not only taught me the skill needed to be a leader in the community, but have also shown me the importance of integrity and sportsmanship. It's awesome that I have one of my biggest mentors here, not only just emotionally, spiritually, all the above, as Brian Colon. He's in the front row here, and he's a big reason as to why I'm up here today, for reasons that go well beyond this speech. I also want to extend my appreciation, of course, to my family and friends for being here and for being my biggest supporters. Your encouragement during both the highs and lows has been a driving force in my journey, and I'm so grateful to have you all by my side. Finally, this award is a reflection of our community's spirit. Together, we cultivate an environment where everyone can strive for greatness. Whether they are athletes or supporters, let us continue to inspire and uplift each other through sports and fostering a sense of belonging and unity into this Latino community. Thank you for the committee once again for this tremendous honor. I promise to carry this award as a reminder of the importance of hard work, teamwork, and of course, this great community in Albuquerque. Thank you all for your time, and again, I'm extremely honored and excited to receive this award. Go Lobos.
All right. Amazing award winners, amazing talent, amazing people in our community. For our final award of the evening, it's the Corazon de Fuego Lifetime Achievement Award. And actually what we've heard tonight, many of you qualify for a Lifetime Achievement with all of your amazing contributions to the community. I'd like to invite one of our dear, dear members of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee to introduce tonight's Corazon de Fuego Lifetime Achievement Award, Cristina Montoya.
Good evening, or like we say in Santa Fe, buenas noches, damas y caballeros. How are you this evening? Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to scoot over a little bit because I can't see Fred's face. I want to see Fred. I want to be able to look at him while I talk about Fred Sandoval. So I'm going to read my script, but then I'm going to let you know that I'm going to go off script a little bit too. You know, Fred, to say that it is my great honor to introduce you tonight is, you know, it doesn't even come close. There are really no words. But Fred Sandoval has over 40 years professional experience in health and human services. Fred works as the executive director for the National Latino Behavioral Health Association, otherwise known as NALBA. And under his leadership, he has helped operate several key programs and centers, including the National Hispanic and Latino Addiction and Prevention Transfer Technology Centers, Strategic Prevention, Framework Partnerships for Success Program, the annual Mariachi Christmas event at the Lenzic Performing Arts Center, developed the Bob Martinez Center of Innovation, the annual National Latino Behavioral Health Conference. Oh, that one's special to me. Sorry. The Behavioral Health Interpreter Training programs, Promotores de Bienestar, and Mental Health Awareness training programs. And he serves on the New Mexico Medical Board of Examiners, Naturopathic Doctor Advisory Council appointed by the New Mexico Medical Board of Examiners. Fred is a U.S. Department of Health and Human Services National Strategic Partner under the Secretary Javier Becerra administration, and a thought leader with the Satcher Health Leadership Institute Data Consortium and the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Leadership Institute on the Latino mental health crisis. He is the host for Pláticas, live on Facebook, called Tenemos Voz on Latino Wellness and Peer Recovery. He previously served on the Con Alma Health Foundation Board of Trustees, as well as a member of the SAMHSA Healthcare Reform Community of Practice, advising on effective outreach and enrollment of uninsured Latinos, leading to NALBA being named a champion of health coverage by the Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services. He was formerly appointed by Governor Bill Richardson as the Deputy Secretary of Health and served as an alternate to the U.S.-Mexico Border Health Commission. During the Richardson administration, he also served as the Income Support Division Director and Executive Administrator for the Behavioral Health Collaborative at the New Mexico Human Services Department. He served as first Vice President of the National Alliance on Mental Health Illness, which is NAMI, in Arlington, Virginia, and is the former NALBA Board President. Fred participated in President George W. Bush's announcement of the new Freedom Commission in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and served on the Hispanic Mental Health Congress during the President Clinton administration. He has and continues to serve on numerous national, regional, and community boards, councils, commissions, and committees. He received the SAMHSA Administrator Award, the Cerro Grande Fire Hero Award, the Con Alma Health Foundation Health Hero Award, the New Mexico Behavioral Health Star, and was recently appointed to the SAMHSA Achieving Behavioral Health Equity Advisory Council and received national awards recognizing his work in and with Latino communities. He received his master's in public administration from Northern Arizona University in 1992, where he specialized in community development, administrative law, and personnel, and received his bachelor's of university studies from the University of New Mexico in 1980. I want to share, this is where I go off script and connect our organizations. I am a member of the New Mexico Hispanic Heritage Committee. I am also a member of the board for the National Latino Behavioral Health Association. And NALBA's office is here in Peña Blanca, New Mexico. But NALBA and Fred and the staff, and for a long time we didn't have a lot of staff. When I came on the board, we didn't have staff. But so it was Fred and a program director, and he's grown the program and our scholarship programs. But I want to say that one day, Orlando called me, and he said, Christina, he said, in response to the Calf Canyon and Hermit's Peak fire, he said, I don't have anybody from mental and behavioral health on a call every day at noon. And he said, can you join this call tomorrow? And I said, sure. And then tomorrow became every day for, I don't know, a lot of days. It was a lot of days. But in that, we kept waiting for a response for case management, mental and behavioral health, crisis response and recovery. And when I didn't see the response, one day I called Fred. And I said, you know what, Fred, I know as an organization, we typically don't do direct practice. We don't do case management. We do policy, advocacy, education, you know, and we do a different kind of work. I said, but this is a real opportunity for us to show them how it's done and create a replicable model. I said, and I don't know anybody else who can do it, you know, de la gente para la gente, right? And that's what I asked Fred to consider. And out of that came the Ayudantes and then the Everyone Deserves program that responded not only to the fires up north, but then to the fires in Ruidoso and to many other crises here in New Mexico. And so because of that, and I just want you all to know that I started out as one of Fred's interns, so he is also my mentor. And it is with great pride and my very great honor to introduce our awardee for the Corazon de Fuego Lifetime Achievement Award to Mr. Fred Sandoval. Beautiful. And I want to say that my daughter Alegra is here, and she said she was so happy because she said, Fred's always giving out the awards, and I'm so happy that Fred's the one getting the award tonight.
My God, it's what, 9 o'clock, and you're already thinking, ¿Dónde están mis pajamas? Right? You're already in that space. So give me a little bit of your time, because I want to touch your heart. See, as I touch this heart, I want to touch your heart, your heart, your heart, because I live with passion to serve and to help. It's been my life's mission. When I was born, my mom almost died. And the nurse said, can we have your baby? And this was at the St. Vincent's Hospital, downtown Santa Fe. And my mom was shocked that they would ask if she would give up her son. And thanks to my mom, I'm here today to serve every person who has been brought to this space, this earth, to be who we are today. Cada persona, los ancianos que están aquí, los líderes que están aquí, los chamaquitos que están aquí, todos ustedes son poderosos. It's a power that's beyond belief. And it's our wellness that's of eminent importance to me. And you would wonder why, right? So my mom leaves the hospital, and then guess what happens? They fill out a hospital birth record, and my mom didn't know until 5 years later what happened. They changed my name because my name was supposed to be Federico Ricardo Sandoval. Qué nombre tan orgulloso, ¿verdad? Poderoso. In fact, do you remember who the first Sandoval that ever came to New Mexico and what year that was? What year was the first Sandoval that got here? Anybody want to guess what year they got here? The first Sandoval, 1598. And we're still here. Perseverance, passion, roots, las raíces, la herencia, la querencia, it's in our soul and it's in our heart. And so you wonder, oh my God, how long is this guy going to talk? As my wife says, Fred, don't talk so fast. And as my patrones that are at this beautiful table here would say, oh my God, they gave him a microphone. But I did make some notes. I want you to know I will get you home so you can get into your pajamas and sleep comfortably. But I did this because I want to do a little mini storytelling, and then I have lots of thanks to say. And the reason why is I realized that living a life of gratitude is one of the healthiest things we can do. If you live a life of gratitude, you will live for a very long time. But you know how it starts? Con nuestra cultura. Esta cultura que tenemos es tan poderoso. It's so powerful that it feeds you. It feeds you the corn that is a symbiotic food of what it is for us to live the way that we have lived. El maíz, what it has done, it invigorates, it nourishes us, but what it does, it keeps us alive, right? La música, el señor, el musiquero, all I could simply say is los musiqueros, los pintadores, los que hacen nuestra cultura tan fuerte, it is because of that we live so well. But we are also stricken by other things, and that's been my life's work, is to help and serve other people who are suffering. And so you would say, my God, he's going to get a little somber on us. Well, you know what? Here's what I want to say, is before I kind of share some very short stories and say my thanks, I'd like to ask my 3 grandkids that are here tonight. Not all of them are here, by the way, but I'd like to ask the 3 grandkids to come stand next to me, because behind every successful person is a family who got them there, and all of us can relate to that, ¿verdad? All of us can relate to that, because it happens to be that my granddaughter wants to become an attorney, so hint, hint to my compadres, los abogados. And you know what? She can be the first Latina president of this United States. She can be. And of course, you guys know Patrick Swayze, of course. Well, we have a Patricio Swayze amongst us. Very cool. Gorgeous young man, brilliant, smart, and all I can simply say, I've loved him from the moment I've seen him. And then we have my compadrecito here. He smiles everywhere he goes. He kind of lights up the room no matter what. But I want to just share a few things with you, because I think what I want to leave you with is some inspiration and some hope in these times that are dark. And they're dark because what's happening is that we realize there are things that are beyond our control. And because they are beyond our control at times, it's because things change. La vida cambia, ¿verdad? So what I do know is this, and when our life changes, we're permanently impacted by the changes. But like every fall that comes, every spring that comes, estos cambios son muy poderosos, right? They heal us. They revive us. But when death arrives, y todos seguimos ese camino, by the way, unos están más cerca de la línea y otros ni saben cuándo está ese tiempo y esa línea. But I want to honor my sister, Esther. She's only 2 years older than I am. And I got to know her 3 lives. I got to know her life as my dearest, sweet, loving, humorous sister. We were like cuates, right? We were that close. And then I got to know my sister when she was discharged from the United States Army because she was medically discharged because she experienced a psychotic break while serving our country. And she was released from the military. And the reason she was released is because they said that there would be no way for her to be able to be of service to this country because of the nature of an illness that was called chronic paranoid schizophrenia. It is a disease that I have fought to change in my entire career. So a lifetime achievement means I'm not done yet. I am not done yet. So think about our families, because muchos de nuestras familias sufren, and we all know that. But you know what? It is this network de las familiares, nuestras familias, that give them hope, because guess what? We will take care of our kids to the very end. And you know what? There is no greater power than serving our family. And it's part of that that has driven me to do the work that I've done. And someone mentioned the president. It was my comadre, right? President Bush. This actually happened here in Albuquerque. I was invited by my friend and colleague, Senator Pete Domenici, because you know what he and I agreed on? What we agreed on was mental illness is not a partisan issue. It is not a partisan issue. And you know why? His daughter suffered from chronic paranoid schizophrenia. His daughter did. And my sister did too. And we fought a good fight. And I remember August, before he retired, he said, Fred, I'm going to make a promise to you all. It was a room like this. And he says, we're going to pass parity before I leave the U.S. Senate. And he says, I've never made a promise in my political career. And he spanned over 3 decades. So imagine the strongest member of the Senate saying, guess what? I'm going to make a promise and I'm going to keep it, because he gave his life to service. And it was his inspiration that has continued to fuel some of the work that we've done in this country. We were able to pass parity so that, guess what? People with mental illness would not be treated less than, could get the same coverage as regular medical conditions, and that they wouldn't have to be excluded in getting the help that they need, because people with mental illness and with substance abuse have been abandoned most of their lives. If we abandon the people who suffer the most when they're suffering, we have neglected our responsibilities as their family members or their friends. And I say it's not acceptable. We have to do this because la esperanza es la última para morir. Hope is the last to die. We can't lose hope. And the reason we can't lose hope is because guess who's standing behind me watching what I say, watching what I do? Because we want them someday to turn to this little viejito, the guy in front of them right now, and say, how are you feeling? Right? The most powerful words are very short. How are you feeling? How are you feeling right now? How are you feeling if you start to think about the people who you've lost? Just like my sister, right? When she passed away, it broke my heart. Beautiful person. Her second life was a life stricken by an illness that science can't fix, and that God has yet to help us understand why he has bequeathed us with an illness that is so complex, there isn't any treatment or cure for it. And that means we will not stop fighting. We will continue to do the work to take care of our families, our societies, the vecinos, because we know that when they do get better, and my compadrecitos over there, Ralph, and Fernando, you guys know who they are, right? You tell me how powerful is recovery, right? It is so powerful that it changes people's lives. Because you can be at the lowest point in your life, but guess what? With hope and the capacity and the spirit to live, guess what people do? They get better. And they get better because we're there to support them, right? Because we don't abandon them. So just remember, when we go home, those little kids, los chiquitos que están allá, they're watching what we say, they're watching what we do. So that someday, when my granddaughter becomes the president of the United States, a Latina, it will be because of moments like this, where what we do, we support each other, and we tell each other things will get better. And we commit our lives to that, and when we live a life of service, it's just so powerful. I'm amongst many colleagues here who have done that very thing. And so I just want to say this, just in kind of ending. Christina, thank you for bringing this forward. I met her because she was doing the camera at a TV station as I was interviewing Darren Cordova for a mariachi Christmas event. And what did we do with that Christmas event? We do it every year. We invite New Mexico's artists, the stars, to then join us with the powerful music that is performed by mariachis, a tradition in Mexico that is so proud, so incredible, that it reminds us of el mestizaje que somos nosotros, right? Those string instruments come from our European side. The performers, the soul of that music comes from the Mexicanos themselves. All of that means is we use music to heal people. Música cura. And I just want to say this, that as I wrap up here with my thanks, it's a friendly reminder that there are little small things that make us feel better. So take a moment and reflect on what that little thing is. You don't need to have some big magic box to make you feel better. You don't have to have some medication to make you feel better. You have to remember that the body heals itself, and you have control over your body. Taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones, and especially los ancianos, nuestros padres. And so my lovely wife, who's here, she saved me from myself, by the way. She saved me from myself. Curandera, partner, supporter. Behind every successful Latino is a Latina who got him there, by the way. But she always tells me, slow down, Fred, slow down. Okay, slow down. Okay, I'm slowing down. Is that good? That's good. Okay. But then I have my kids. God, the power of fertility. The power of fertility. The gift of life, it comes through our children. These are the things that make us feel better. So when you leave today, think about those things that make you feel better, because you know what? You can think them over 1,000 times every day. Because what happens is we're told that sometimes we aren't good enough, that there's something wrong with us, and that worst of all, there's no hope for us. Pero ¿sabes qué? I believed my mom when she said, hijo, la esperanza es la última para morir. I believed my mom. Because you know what? She could have given me up. And then, what did she find out? That I was supposed to be named Federico Ricardo Sandoval, only to see a birth record from the hospital in 1955 that said, Freddie Richard Sandoval. Ay, válgame Dios. What were they thinking? Well, I have forgiven the nurses, by the way, and the nurses happened to be nuns, right? Because St. Vincent's Hospital was what? Staffed by the religious denomination. So as I wrap up my comments here, you know what means a lot to me is when people come to support what you do. And I want to acknowledge my compadre, my compadrazgo, my circle over there. And I'm going to ask all my compadres at our table over there to stand up. Rocky, Christina, Ron, if you guys will stand up, because what happens is we have a mantra at NABA, Juntos Podemos, together we can. And from this moment on, just think about the hope that you yourself contribute to your partner, to your families, to society, and this beautiful nation that gives us this democracy to be privileged to sit here because someone prepared that food for us. Somebody took the time to do that. And si sabes que, everywhere I go, when I do conferences, I ask, so where's the wait staff? And then people kind of look around and then they find them and I said, come up to the stage. This form of gratitude is healing, it's powerful, and guess what? You don't need to have a degree to say those things. Use them every day, and you have to say it 1,000 times. It is a healing and powerful experience. So I know that you're already now thinking, ya se me van a enfriar las pajamas con este hombre. Well, all I can simply say is that, you know what? You will be warm in heart, porque el Corazon Cultura Award is a friendly reminder that the Hispanic Heritage Committee gives of their time, gives of their heart, gives of their soul, and they do this year-round. I can't keep up with these guys, right? It's just amazing. So look what they're doing to make us come together like this, because this is exactly how we collectively heal. This is how collectively we get inspired. This is how collectively we do what? Honor the leaders that are amongst us. ¿Y sabes qué? And they're leaders in different sizes and shapes, right? Con la mochita que estaba allá, she came up here. My God, watch out with her. She's going to be running the county down in Doña Ana, right? And so be it, because you know what? Ahí es donde comienza. And to my grandkids that are here, and I want them to hold this and share it. Don't hog it, okay? Okay, don't hog it. But put your fingerprints all over it. The reason I want my kids to have their fingerprints all over this is someday they can be right here with their kids, inspiring them just the way my mom did when she was about to die. When she was about to die, she made it a point not to give up her son. And you know what? She lived to 97 years old. And so did my dad. I've got 30 years just to catch up to them. ¿Cómo te parece? And what that means, and I'll leave you with this, is we can talk to anyone about mental health and well-being if you put your mind to it. So I did sit with President Bush, and you know what I said to him? Mr. President, treatment works if you can get it. Because you know, Mr. President, my sister, who is a veteran of the United States Army, didn't get it for 10 years. She suffered in those 10 years. I bore witness to how she suffered. And you know what? It's unacceptable. And I'd like you to make sure we can have access to that. We want Latinos that can speak to anybody in this country. And I have done that with not just political leaders, but with other individuals from other countries. Because what it is, Latinos are the future in this country. And we are here to ensure that we're going to make sure that our kids and future generations can prosper and be well. I'm going to just simply leave you with this proverb. My mom graduated from the 3rd grade. Anybody know where Cañada de los Alamos is here in New Mexico? Well, 2 people, 3 people. Mira, you can tell you're from Santa Fe County. ¿Ves? They saw the script. Well, Cañada de los Alamos sits in the beautiful Rocky Mountains, inside the canyons, in the mountains, and that's where my mom lived. She graduated from the 3rd grade, but she raised me with what? Dichos. God, I have so many dichos. But I'll leave you with this one, right? Uno es el arquitecto de su propio destino. Each of you are the architects of your own destiny. and pursue it, because as you pursue it, you would then carry on our culture, our traditions, and we want to give a big round of applause if we will stand up and applaud the Hispanic Heritage Committee for putting this on again, and good night and thank you much. So let's give them a big round of applause, please. Juntos podemos. Muchísimas gracias. God bless you. Stay well. Serve your gratitude. Thank you so much.